Hey warriors, welcome back to another episode of Soul Restoration. It's me, your girl Dana, back at it again with another great episode for you guys. So last week we filmed episode 3 in our self-evolving series, which was sacrifice. Learning how to sacrifice who you are for who you would like to be. This week we'll jump right into episode 4, which is going to be learning how to retrain your brain and build mindfulness. What is mindfulness and why is it important? Mindfulness is our ability to focus in the here and the now, and it is important because it helps us decrease stress, anxiety, and depression, and it also helps regulate our emotions. When we build mindfulness, we'll focus on 3 skills: observing, describing, and participating. So step 1, observing. We'll observe everything that's going on in a moment, what we can see, what we can touch, what we can hear, what we can feel, and what we can think. The observing step is done both internally and externally. We're processing everything we see going on around us and everything we think or feel about those things. When it comes to step 2, describing, it is done without judgment. You have to describe things for what they are. The sky is blue, it is blue. It's not blue, but making me feel real sunny. We're not projecting any of our own thoughts or emotions behind it. When the describing step, we focus on things just as they are. Step 3, participate. We'll give it all we got. When we participate in anything as children, we had to commit 110%. Well, step 3 in mindfulness, participate, wants the same thing from you. You have to commit to it. Whether something is going incredibly right or incredibly wrong, you just have to let it happen and be aware of it in the moment. How do we retrain our brain? The simplest answer to that is to change the way that we think about a situation. Our thoughts control our actions that control our emotions. So here's a couple examples that I thought of for you guys, just to show you where I'm going with this. So I love the song Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, right? Every time the song comes on, my first thought is that it was the last song played at my high school prom back in 2015. And it just brings up all these kinds of bubbly emotions and feelings. So every time I hear that song, I automatically just smile and I rock in nostalgia because my first thought associated with that song is a happy memory, right? So on the flip side, when we are put in situations where we feel threatened, whether physically threatened, mentally threatened, emotionally threatened, our thoughts will dictate how the outcome of that situation is automatically. So if I am in a tough spot and my first reaction is to be defensive, no matter what's happening around me and how those people are coming at me, whether they're coming at me or not, whether verbally or physically, again, either way, the fact that my automatic thought was to be defensive, no matter what they do or say, will not change me being defensive, right? It won't happen until I tell myself, okay, this is not the situation for that. Calm down, relax, compose yourselves, right? So anytime we're in a situation and you want to react rashly, take 5 breaths. When you're in a situation and you feel yourself getting defensive or you feel yourself getting real monstery and you don't want to be like that, you're going to give yourself 5 breaths, right? You're never going to do the first thing that comes to your head. Give yourself a minute, take a breath, and reprocess the situation. Again, remember, we are trying to live for the person that we are trying to be, not the person that we are. So when we want to be better, it's actually, if you know better, do better. If you know better, let your mind portray that. You have to, my favorite thing to do is I love to check myself. When something happens and I feel like, I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to think about it again. Well, why shouldn't I have done that? Is that how I want that person to think about me? Is that how I want them to feel? And most of the time, the answer is no, because if I'm already thinking that I was in the wrong, chances are I probably am, right? And even though that person might not say anything about it, I know how I want people to perceive me. I know how I want to be seen by people. And the way that we react to these things, that's what builds our character, right? And even though you are supposed to live your life for yourself and not especially be dictated by those around you, you don't want to be known as a mean person. You want to be known as loving and caring and kind and compassionate. But if you're having a hard time getting there, change the way that you think about something. If you're in a job that you hate going there every time and you're like, ugh, this place sucks. Well, guess what? It's gonna suck because you keep telling yourself that it sucks, right? So the other day I was having a really bad day and I'm not perfect at this. I'm not great. I'm still learning. I'm still evolving just as much as you guys. And I'm texting my cousin and I'm telling her today sucks. And she's like, dude, take a minute and tell yourself 3 times, I'm having a good day, I'm having a good day, I'm having a good day. Well, one, at the time, I was so upset. I wasn't trying to hear that. I'm like, Shima, no. She's like, Dana, just take a minute and tell yourself you're having a good day, right? So I did it the first time, and I'm like, this is pointless, right? Like, no good is gonna come from it. By the time I did it, so I said it 3 times, and I still felt like really, nah. But again, I didn't commit to it. I wasn't committing to it. I was in step 3, participate of mindfulness, and I was not committing to it. But my second time giving it a try, I told myself, I'm having a good day, I'm having a good day, I'm actually having a good day. And then I relaxed my shoulders and I took a couple deep breaths, and my whole thought process about the day changed. Well, this happened that made you upset. Well, you were upset because you felt like they were trying to offend you, but that probably wasn't their intention, and you just got defensive right away. Because that's my thing. I get very defensive sometimes, and it's not my intention. So like I said, I definitely have to check myself, because I can ruin my whole day by that. Somebody's saying one little thing to me could ruin my entire day, because I'm like, well, they tried me. Sometimes people really do be trying me. I'm not gonna say they're not. Sometimes people really do try you, but you never should let somebody get the benefit of you. Don't let somebody take you out of your character. That's all it is. Be in control enough. Control the way that you think about things, and the way that you look at the world. And no one will be able to make you do anything, right? It's all in your power. You just have to you have to claim that power, and you have to build yourself into it. I know that was a lot of information to take in. I'm just going to run through it again for you guys. So step 4 in our self-evolving series is building mindfulness and retraining our brain. So until next week, guys, it's your girl Dana. Bye.